say that we are in Radio Kent with Roger Day, and just about to do the interview for BBC Radio Kent with Roger.
Tutors are still looking at queues in both directions, and in fact they have now closed again the A27 in both directions at the Stockbridge roundabout, whilst they're dealing with a load of cucumbers which came off the back of a lorry earlier on. In fact, looks
You can't love local radio.
Hey Mark, have you seen what's on the table?
What's over there? It's not the it's not the new album, is it, Chris? Remind me, when exactly is it?
I think it's the 13th of August, isn't it? It comes out.
Is it? Is it the 13th?
I think so, yeah. Which is actually in about a week.
But it's a great pleasure to welcome to the programme. As you know, I've been playing the album for quite a few weeks now. You can actually go out and buy it, I think, very soon, if not today. It's called Corner Green. Welcome, Christopher Holland.
Well, thank you very much, Roger. Pleasure to be here. Thank you for having me.
Wonderful album. I have been playing it for as soon as I got it. Oh, that's my kind of thing.
Oh, I'm so glad. Yeah, I mean, it's been 3 years in the making. It's been quite a long process. A bit of a labour of love, but I'm very proud of it, pleased with the results. Yeah. So.
It's one of those albums where it's so blooming good it's difficult for broadcasters to pick out a track to play.
Well,
that's a nice problem.
Yes, I mean it's quite a varied mixture of influences on there really, from growing up in the 70s and being influenced by the 60s and 70s music, you know. So it kind of it goes a little bit Stevie Wonder in places, just because that was a big influence, and it goes Beach Boys a bit kind of. Even Gilbert O'Sullivan in spots, you know. But it's all just influences that are sort of mashed together to make my own.
Pretty much as live.
Half of it is, and then half of it was sort of done with this fantastic engineer Von Box, who's he's just an amazing kind of technical wizard. So he's kind of been working with the sort of rhythm parts a little bit with me, and we've been sort of building it up a little bit. So it's half live and half kind of sort of in a studio working it out as we're going along a little bit, you know. So experimenting. So that's why it probably took so long as well, in between kind of touring and gigs.
Sure. We'll talk about that in a minute. I take it you're a Beach Boys fan.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I couldn't really. Yeah,
yes, I like this man.
I couldn't sort of. I'm trying to think. Probably my top 10 sort of albums would have to be Sunflower or Pet Sounds.
A couple of Sunflower, so stuff here.
Yeah.
Oh, never without them.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, yeah, I'm a big influence, obviously, you know, and just one of my favourite bands of all time.
You look a bit like Carl Wilson, I have to say.
That's a compliment. Thank you very much.
And what a lovely man he was.
He was, and a fabulous beard as well. I mean, mine's not.
You trimmed yours a bit. He was a bit beardier than you.
It was a bit, but it's going to get back to that sort of
Carl Wilson look.
Carl beard looking. But yeah, I'm quite pleased with the sort of Beach Boys kind of vibe, you know, because it's kind of I don't know, lots of younger people aren't almost aware, you know, of some of the stuff they've done, so it's good to try and get it out.
That's why I play so much of it. I'm trying to indoctrinate them, but there you go. Anyway, the frightening thing is, you were born in the year I started in radio. I know I don't look that old, but
you're playing as well, Roger, from the say so. I don't know if it's something you've been taking.
I'll find out later on. And you made your first record at 12, I hear, on an old reel-to-reel machine.
Yeah.
For younger listeners, that is a tape machine that has spindles on it, and it goes from one side to the other. Look on YouTube and you'll see some of it. In fact, you can look at my website, and there's an old radio studio there I used to work on the boats. Where you can see the tape recorders there, Revox, stuff like that, Studers.
Yeah, I gave it a take on that, but it is actually physical tape, isn't it? Which is quite strange, you know, because it's usually invisible nowadays, isn't it? It's just,
oh, I know.
But it's nice to have actual tape where you can kind of like actually touch it and feel it, and then sort of press play and rewind. And so I mean, I was given this 8-track. Well, originally it was a 4-track when I was about 12. That didn't work, but I managed to get it working, and it was kind of handed down from Swedes' early days. So I kind of started using that to record some demos on when I was about 13 or 14. So that was like, yeah, that's my first kind of attempt at writing songs, and just carried on doing it since then.
Yeah. Yes, because Squeeze used to rehearse in your front room, didn't they?
Well, they pretty much took over the front room when when I was growing up, probably in the late 70s. Yeah, it was kind of quite a good time. You know,
did you annoy them? Because younger brothers are always meant to annoy them.
I think they used to annoy the neighbours a little bit, and then yeah, I was like really. I thought it was brilliant because it was you know, a bit of a change from coming back from school, hearing this kind of really time it sounded like kind of early Beatles songs or kind of like brilliant sort of, you know, pop songs. So it was it was amazing listening to that sort of as I'd sort of stand outside the door sort of dancing, and then when they'd go off to the pub I'd sort of sneak in and have a little tinkle on their instruments, and that's kind of why I got the bug, I suppose.
Did they come back saying somebody's been fiddling with that equipment, a bit like, you know, the three, the Goldilocks and the Bears?
I was always pretty careful with covering my tracks, you know. So
this guitar was in tune; it isn't anymore.
Yeah, no, I think it was mainly the keyboards. It was there's a big polymoog, which for the listeners at home wouldn't know what that was. It's a bit of a technical synthesizer that I think Stevie Wonder used to use anyway as well, but it had loads of knobs on it, and you could just make it sound like a spaceship taking off or something like that. So at the time it was quite an inspiring thing. You just put the headphones on and go off into your own world. So I've got more going up sort of with obviously a sort of well-known sort of pianist, you know, listening to piano playing.
He's not bad.
I've got more inspired by listening to kind of vintage keyboards as well, and sort of synths and stuff, which I've kind of collected over the years. So I'm a big hoarder of old keyboards.
Are you?
Well, analog keyboards particularly. So
Fantastic.
It's got a slightly warmer sound to my ears, you know. But
You've heard it before because I've been playing it. It's from Corner Green, and it's called Everything's Clear, and it is the man who produced it, Christopher Holland. Third album, isn't it?
Well, no, it's actually the fifth album. To be honest.
Is it?
Yes, it is. Kind of. Well, it's the fifth proper studio album I've done. Yeah.
And your best ever so far, obviously.
I would say so, yes. Probably, yes. And it's got nice songs on it, because there's 20 on that particular album you've got. There's 26 tracks.
That's right. Demos as well. Love them.
It's got all the extra bonus tracks on there, the demos and all the outtakes and stuff. So.
Fabulous. Yeah. I suppose with your family, it was inevitable that you were not going to go into, you know, marketing or accountants.
I remember seeing my older brother, who was about sort of 9 years older than me, growing up, going off to America, coming back in the sort of late 70s with these tales of, like, you know, sort of touring in America. And I thought that seemed slightly more glamorous at the time. And it was kind of, it was kind of hard not to kind of get inspired by that whole kind of world. You know.
Well, Mum and Dad not musical then?
Well, I mean, my dad always encouraged me, and he loved sort of classical music and stuff, which I've sort of now got more of a love for, but not specifically. My mum used to sort of sing around the house, and my uncle used to play boogie woogie piano, and he taught my brother originally, who then kind of taught me a little bit. You know, so it's kind of trickled down over the generations.
Yeah. And of course, you play with Jules on the odd occasion, haven't you?
Well, I do play in his rhythm and blues orchestra, yeah, because we play at the assembly halls just near here every year, you know, and I still play with him in his
great band.
Yeah, well, it's nice to kind of. I mean, the amazing thing about that is to be able to play with so many different artists, you know, particularly on the Hoosenannies and the.
I love that. Yeah.
I mean, I've just come today from the session he's doing in the album, so I'm not plugging that, obviously, but
of course not.
He's doing the album with various guests, and I've just finished the session for that today with Paul Weller, and there's some amazing people on that, you know, and it's nice to go to work with so many other artists, you know, and you get just a different feel for so many different.
I was thinking you've worked with some great people over the years, haven't you?
It's been amazing, really, you know, and that's the good thing about that particular band. I mean, I do loads of other things, obviously, but in that band you get to play with lots of mixture of people.
I mean, earlier on you mentioned Stevie Wonder, and of course you ran into him at the Jubilee concert.
Just ran into him, yeah, literally.
I had a picture with him on your website there, I noticed. I mean, was it one of those situations where you thought, I can't believe I'm next to my idol here?
Yeah, it was difficult for a while because I had to pinch myself a little bit, and he was one of these people, out of probably anyone in the world, you know, that I would have loved to meet, and I thought it's always going to be quite difficult. I mean, I saw him at the O2 a few years ago, and we actually supported him in a way, because friends said if you can kind of come and play a little bit beforehand it was kind of in the warm-up, you know, then I'll put you in front of the box and you can watch Steve on. And that was the closest I ever get to him, you know. But then this Jubilee concert came up, and then when I heard that he was doing it, I was kind of like, I was just, I was sort of on a different planet really, just thinking of the chance of meeting him. And then when he came along and managed to get a photograph with him, it was lovely. I actually had a bit of a problem because I had an iPhone which I just got at the time. I wasn't that kind of savvy on it, so I said, "Oh, do you mind if I have a quick photo with you?" And he was saying, "Oh, it's quite difficult because." So so not him, but his entourage was sort of saying, you know, it doesn't be like loads of photos. But he was fine about it. He said that's cool. So I was trying to press the sort of camera shutter thing, and it wasn't really working on my own. So I had my arm around Stevie for about 5 minutes trying to work out to do it. We had a sort of bonding experience, which I think has sort of hopefully come off on me a little bit. You know, I feel a bit of Stevie's kind of come with me. So yeah, we managed to get a photo eventually, and yeah, it was a bit blurred, but it was proof that I was with him on that tonight, which was fabulous.
What was the atmosphere like backstage at that event?
I mean, to be honest, it was quite chaotic. No one seemed to know what was going on exactly.
People say that about Live Aid as well, for the same reasons. You know?
Yeah, so it's quite relaxed in some ways. So it was quite easy just to kind of, you know, go and have a chat with Stevie or Elton or whoever was sort of just standing there, you know, and there wasn't too much security in front of it. So it was kind of quite...
Did you run close to any royals?
A little bit, you know. I had we got to sort of meet the Queen afterwards, you know, and it was a pretty amazing event really. It's honest though. I had a few glasses of champagne. It got a bit of a blur after a while, but it was
shameful.
It was it was an amazing night. You know, you can't deny it.
We joined this evening by Christopher Holland, and we played a couple of tracks from the album. We'll play another one in a minute. And there's the man that you remind me of, Christopher. He now doesn't do music anymore. He's got a studio in Scotland still. Christopher Rainbow and Dear Brian. You've not heard that before, have you?
No, I haven't heard that track. It's beautiful. Yeah, another Christopher there. Obviously, yeah. That sounds lovely though. Yeah, I'm definitely going to check that out after I leave here.
Well, it's nice that I'm leading people astray still and getting there. But it was 1999 for your first album, wasn't it? I mean,
yeah, it was.
Long time really coming that.
Yeah, it was. I mean, I've been sort of working on stuff for a while, but it's just having the time to actually do it in between. Before then, I was doing quite a lot of session stuff. But I think it was Squeeze, Paul Weller, and various other sort of artists I was on the road with. Yeah. It's just trying to find the time to actually do your own thing, you know. It's been, yeah, I mean, it took a while to kind of get it together, but that was the first proper album I did, you know. So, I haven't stopped since, really. But it's usually every sort of 2 or 3 years I kind of do a new one.
Cosmic Harmony Records, that's your own label, I take it.
Well, it is, yeah, I've ended up doing it on my own, as most people seem to be doing these days.
They do?
Because it seems to cut out the sort of, you know, I think the major record labels almost seem only interested if you're sort of established artist, maybe then you've got a particular commercial thing. But it's nice to be able to do your own thing and your own way. So that's.
And you co-write with an old friend of the programme, Mr. Difford, as well.
Yeah, Mr. Chris Difford of Squeeze fame. Yeah, he was. It's funny because I had these lyrics that he gave me years ago, and I've never really co-written with lyricists before, but it was a nice challenge, and I was quite pleased with the results. And he really loved that track. So, Grapes of Love, I think it's called. He was chuffed with it. So hopefully we're going to write some more stuff in the future as well.
Is there a new album in the offing already? I bet you've been writing songs ever since.
There's a few little ideas. I mean, the thing is, after you do one album, that seemed quite. I mean, most of the songs were written a few years ago on that album. There's one about my dad passing away. There's one actually written about Squeeze.
That's Derek, is it?
Yeah, that's I mean, that was written 2 or 3 years ago, and there's one about sort of growing up and the influences of Chris Difford and Glenn Tilbrook's songwriting, which was another track on that. So it's just lots of things that have been going on over the last few years, but it takes a while to get it actually finished. And, so yeah, obviously at the moment I'm working on sort of a few other projects with. There's a couple of female singers, Katie Shotter and Siobhan Parr, for example, that I'm working on.
Yeah, I was reading about them on the website. Yeah.
They're brilliant, you know, young sort of talented singers. Hopefully it's going to be something with them in the future. The next project.
And where was it recorded?
Well, half of it was recorded at Corner Green, which is my own little studio, which is.
Hence the album.
And it's a nice little peaceful spot. And half of it was it was mixed at Helicon Studios, which is where we mixed lots of the rhythm and blues orchestra tracks. Slightly
to go out with. Chris, it's been wonderful talking to you.
Thanks so much, and I love your show. I always listen to it when I'm driving down to Seaside and Broadstairs, and yeah, it's nice. It's lovely to be on. Thank you very much for having me.
Well, good luck with the album, and you know, I mean, and the tour and everything, and keep in touch with what you're up to and that sort of thing. Corner Green, Christopher Holland, and
yes, it's out on the 13th of August.
Oh, it's not out yet.
It's actually a few days to go yet, but obviously you can pre-order it from the website, which is Cosmic Harmony.
Featured album next week.
Fantastic.
So you get 2 tracks a night on that.
Brilliant,
Wonderful
thank you.
stuff. Where else do you get service like that? Christopher, lovely to see you, and we'll go with that track called Run Wild and Free.
Thank you, Roger. Thank you very much for having me.
Good luck.